Object-Oriented Programming, OOP, using Java. Course objective. At the end of this course the student is expected to differentiate OOP advantage as compared to other programming paradigms. 2. Understand OOP principles. 4. Implement basic principles and concepts of OOP. V. Demonstrate the principles using simple projects. Graded project. Course content, outline. The course is organized in 7 chapters as below. Chapter 1 Introduction to OOP, Chapter 2 Basics of Java Programming, Chapter 3 Decision and Repetition Statements, Chapter 4 Objects and Classes, Chapter V OOP Concepts, Chapter 6 AWT and Swing, Chapter 7 Java Applets. Chapter I Introduction to OOP. Introduction. Chapter contents: What is program? What is programming? Programming languages, programming paradigm, object-oriented programming. Introduction. What is program? Sets of instructions that control a computer's processing of data. Programs are the instructions that tells the computer what to do. Computer programs, also known as source code, is often written by professionals known as computer programmers. Introduction. What is programming? Is the process of writing, testing, debugging / troubleshooting and maintaining the source code of computer programs. Writing computer programs means writing instructions that will make the computer follow and run a program based on those instructions. Introduction. Programming language is an artificial language that can be used to control the behavior of a computer. It is a set different category of written symbols that instruct computer hardware to perform specified operations required by the designer. There are basically 2 types of computer programming languages given below. Low-level language. 2. High-level language. Programming paradigms refers to a style of programming. It does not refer to a specific language, but rather it refers to the way you program. There are lots of programming languages that are well known, but all of them need to follow some strategy when they are implemented. And that strategy is a paradigm. Programming paradigms. Paradigm structured programming paradigm.g. C. Procedural programming paradigm.g. Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, C++, etc. Object-oriented programming.g. Java, C++, Python. Object-oriented programming. A modern programming paradigm talos to programmer de mod la problem in real world fashion as an object mejor objective isto eliminates a of unfavorable features encountered in the procedural approach. Object-oriented programming allows us to decompose a problem into a number of entities called objects and then build in functions, methods, around them. The main aim of object-oriented programming is to implement real-world entities, for example object classes, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, etc. Object-oriented paradigm features emphasis is on data rather than procedure. Programs are divided into what are known as objects, methods that appear in the data of an object are defined the data structure. Data should and can be accessed by external functions. Objects may communicate with each other through methods. Object-oriented paradigm features nudaton methods can be isolated whenever necessary. Follows bottom-up approach in program design. First, the individual base elements of a program are specified, objects with their data structures and methods. Then they are linked together to form larger subsystems, using algorithm. Structured approach is top-down. Algorithm comes first, then the data structure. Basic concepts of OOP. Object means a real-world entity such as a pen, chair, table, computer, watch, etc. Object-oriented programming is a methodology or paradigm to design a program objects. It simplifies software development and maintenance by providing some concepts unknown. Anot October 12, 2025, 10:16 and 40 seconds plus 03:00. Object class unknown. Anot October 12, 2025, 10:16 and 40 seconds plus 03:00. Inheritance unknown. Anot October 12, 2025, 10:16 and 40 seconds plus 03:00. Polymorphism unknown. Anot October 12, 2025, 10:16 and 40 seconds plus 03:00 abstraction unknown anot October 12, 2025, 10:16 and 40 seconds plus 03:00 encapsulation and others coupling, cohesion. Basic concepts. Basic concepts of OOP I. Object and entity. The statement behavior is known as an object. E.G. occur pen table keyboard bike etc. It can be physical or logical. An object can be defined as an instance of a class. An object contains an address and takes up some space in memory. Objects can communicate without knowing the details, so fetch others data or code. The only necessary thing is the type of message accepted and the type of response returned. But the object's example is an object because either status like color, name, breed, etc., as well as behaviors like wagging the tail, barking, eating, etc. Basic concepts of OOP2. Class. Collection of objects is called class. It is a logical entity. A class can also be defined as a blueprint from which you can create an individual object. Class doesn't consume any space. E.G. Class book. Basic concepts of OOP3. Inheritance. When only object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent object, it is known as inheritance. It provides code reusability. It is used to achieve runtime polymorphism, e.g. bring own form SAD. Basic concepts of OOP4. Polymorphism. iPhone task is performed in different ways. It is known as polymorphism. For example, to convince the customer differently, to draw something, for example, shape, triangle, rectangle, etc. In Java, we use method overloading, method overriding to achieve polymorphism. Basic concepts of OOP. Abstraction. Hiding internal details and showing functionality is known as abstraction. For example, phone call. We don't know the internal processing in Java. We use abstract class and interface to achieve abstraction. Basic concepts of OOP6. Encapsulation. Binding, or wrapping, Cody and data together entosingly unitaire known as encapsulation. For example, Ocasolite is wrapped with different medicines. A Java class is the example of encapsulation. Java being is the fully encapsulated class because all the data members are private here. Additional concepts of OOP. Association. Association represents the relationship between the objects. Here, one object can be associated with one object or many objects. There can be four types of association between the objects: one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many. Association can be unidirectional or bidirectional. Additional concepts of OOP. Aggregation. Aggregation is a way to achieve association. Aggregation represents the relationship where any object contains other objects. Say part of its state. It represents the relationship between objects. It is also termed a Sahaza relationship in Java. Like inheritance here presents the ASA relationship. It is another way to reuse the objects. Additional concepts of OOP. Composition. The composition is also a way to achieve association. The composition represents the relationship where any object contains other objects. Say part of its state. There is a strong relationship between T containing object and the dependent object. It is the state where containing objects do not have an independent existence. If I delete parent object, all the child objects will be deleted automatically. Why OOP? Advantages, disadvantages: we can reuse the code multiple times using class size is larger than other programs, inherit the class to subclass for data redundancy. It required a lot of effort to create. It is easy to maintain and modify. It is slower than other programs. It maintains the security of data. It is not suitable for some sorts of problems. Low cost development. It takes time to get used to it. Checkpoint: what is the difference between object and class? What is the difference between inheritance and polymorphism? What is the advantage of using the OOP paradigm? End. Next, basics of Java programming.